All right. Hello, everybody. This is Paranormal, and I am your host for this episode. So I'm Rachel. Kaz is currently soaking up the sun in the Dominican. She left me here all by myself. So yeah. So today, I figured I'd just go over the paranormal seekers and who we are and the questions that we always get asked, especially myself. And that is, how did I start the team or why did I start it? How did I get into the paranormal? So we'll just go from there. It's just going to be a quick episode, just so we don't miss a beat. But in 2004, I ended up going to college. Surprise. And we were in one of our courses that we described as a caring and sharing. Because, yes, I did go to school for social service work. And in that class, one of our, I guess, assignments was to share something about our partner in the class that no one knew. And one of the girls in the class was outed as psychic. So, of course, everyone starts going up to them and asking, read my palm, tell me my future, blah, 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 blah. And pardon me, I do have a holes in my mouth because I have a bit of a raspy voice. But after a while, I waited till the whole kerfuffle came down, and I brought a picture from my grandparents' house. And I asked this person, I said, if you get time, do you think you'd be able to take a look at this photo and, let me know what you see? Because it's a very strange photo and nobody knows what's, in it. And they said, of course, they would take a look and all that. So let's just backtrack now. So growing up, my grandparents' house was always said to be haunted. They had a ghost who they called Patrick. They used to hear things. Lights would turn on and off. TVs would turn on and off. They would hear what sounded like parties in their basement. Something that my grandparents would sound like. It would sound like they were hearing voices talking underwater. So a lot of strange things have happened there. My mom had experiences growing up. And then, of course, I come along and I never experienced anything there. Maybe because I was comfortable with it or they were comfortable with me. I don't know. But I did have other experiences. As I was growing up, I would see things. I remember one time seeing legs run across our basement. We had a sunken family room, so I would see legs run across the windows, and they would go towards our pool area, and there would be nobody there. I would see, figures in between my blankets. Now that could have been pareidolia, but you never know when you're, 9. So there's those little things I've always had growing up. So I've always been interested in the paranormal and ghosts. And, as I got older, I would get more books out of the libraries and kind of read up on them. I believe I did one of my speeches in grade 7 or something on ghosts. So it's always been around, and it's just kind of followed me through life. And then, of course, I get to college and I meet this woman, and we get talking. And I find out she just lives a few, blocks from me. We have the same interests and stuff. So we start hanging out. And during one of our hangouts, one of these days, she goes, I've always wanted to go ghost hunting. Oh my gosh, me too. So that's how we started. We started visiting like places in our area. Pardon me. I'm sorry, guys. And we started visiting places in our area that were free. So like Jester's Court, Ghost Road, all that kind of stuff, where you can just, go on your own time. It's public property. And then one day, because she wasn't from here, I said, we should go to Parkwood. And for those who don't know, Parkwood Estate is the McLaughlin residence. That's actually just, I live beside it now. But it's the former estate of the man who began General Motors. And she had never been. She didn't know who they were. So we went for a tour. and that poor tour guide had not a freaking idea what he was about to get himself into. I'm so sorry. That was 21 years ago. um, but so yeah, so we went on this, tour. Poor tour guide couldn't answer any of her questions, had no idea what she was talking about. So I had to send a letter to the curator. So I sent a letter to the curator and I just kind of went, hey, we came for the tour and my friend is a psychic medium and this is what she was picking up on. And, we'd love to come for like an after hours tour with you to kind of get a little background. This is what we're doing and all that kind of stuff. We had then started calling ourselves the Paranormal Seekers because, we were seeking the paranormal. And I wasn't expecting anything back from that. And it kind of was very interesting to receive a email shortly after saying, hey, yeah, you know what, this is actually interesting. Come on, you can investigate. We'll give you basement to attic tour. We'll take you into spots where, the public doesn't go, all that kind of stuff. So that is how we started the Paranormal Seekers. Now, it's been 21 years, and we all know, people's lives change. Team members do come and go. We've had a bunch of amazing team members over the years. Some not so amazing. It is what it is. I'm not going to lie. We've had some amazing, psychics and mediums who have worked for the team. We've had some who have only used us for the greater good of themselves. Just, it's comes and goes with what we do. And to each their own. I'm not here to, point fingers at, but it's how we grow as a team and it's how we learn how to be better. And right now our team consists of 8 of us. We all have different abilities, if you want to call it, different, ways of looking at things, ways of investigating, and it all matches really, really well. We've got, a lot of different new techniques that are, up and coming and how we're investigating now. So it's actually kind of pretty cool. So yeah, I've always been interested in the paranormal and it's going to be a lifelong obsession. And I think I've sadly, well, maybe not sadly, but I might have passed that down to my own kid who is 12 going on 24, if you want to call it. His favorite show right now is Paranormal Caught on Camera, and he likes to watch it in the dark in his room. So yeah, I think it's definitely something that's going to be a hand-me-down. But maybe you never know. Maybe one day he might run this team. So it's kind of one of those interesting things. But that's really how we started, and how I've always been interested in it. Everybody has their own story. I can't really go into everybody's story about how they got interested in the paranormal, like our team members. But I do know, we've found our team members all over the place. Some of them found us, and we found them. So it's kind of interesting how that dynamic works. And yeah, so I can't wait to see where this leads. We got a lot of amazing things coming up. The past weekend, so I'm filming this quite a little bit later because I did get sick, but we were at a infamous, I should say it, landmark in the Durham region. So in Clarington, we were at the former Tanglewood location. They were having some pardon me, sorry guys, they were having some activity in the upper level of the building, which wasn't the Tanglewood. The Tanglewood was in the basement, but we might be able to get down there. That'll be fun. But yeah, so it was actually quite interesting. Very interesting feel, but can't wait to go back to that one. Next weekend, I believe. So so next weekend, we're heading back south of the border. Oh, can't wait for that one. That's a return trip to somewhere. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so we just keep getting better and it keeps getting funner. And I would never change it for the world, no matter how many people I have come into contact with, how many team members have come and gone. It's always been a fun ride. So if you're a past team member listening to this and you had a great time, thanks for being part of the team. If you're a past team member and you didn't have a great time, thanks for being part of the team. um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for this. Like I said, it's just a short and sweet episode, just to, you know, fill in the space. But yeah, can't wait. And then our next episode that you'll hear from Paranormal, Kaz will be back, probably super tanned, not happy. She left at the coldest week of the year. But yeah, so next episode is going to be all about love and the dead and why some of them just can't let go. And why some of them choose to still love the living a little too much. Have a few of those. But yeah, so that should be fun. So stay tuned and we will talk soon. But if you have any questions or comments or even anything about the Paranormal Seekers, feel free, send us an email. Email us at paranormalpodcast@gmail.com. That's PAREHNORMAL podcast@gmail.com. You can always look us up on Instagram and Facebook. Just look up Paranormal Podcast. You can find us on TikTok too under the same name. So yeah, we'll talk soon. Can't wait. And I can't wait to tell you guys where we're going back to next weekend. Yay! All right. Yeah. Okay. Have a great one, guys. Bye.